Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, everyone. We are still letting some folks come in the room. Thank you for your patience tonight. Good evening. Welcome back. It's been a little while since we saw everyone on the line. But I would encourage everyone to put your name in the chat. Let us know where you're from, where you're calling in from, where you're zooming in from while we get prepared for tonight. All right. Good evening, lovely people. Josh, thank you. Who else is with us tonight? Where you calling? Where you calling in from and who do you represent? That's what I want to say. Both. We want to know who's here. All right. Let me see. I love it when the chat is hot. There we go. All right. Hello. Hi, Des from Connecticut. Welcome. Accra, Ghana. We love when our African team is with us. Good evening, Pastor Thurcell from New Jersey. We appreciate your attendance tonight. Anybody else on the line as folks are coming in? We'll go over housekeeping shortly. But we want to make sure everybody's available. Hi, Nikki Gentry. I didn't know you were here. Hi, how are you? Good evening from Texas, which is early evening for you. Are you still at work, Nikki? Oh, okay, good. It's good to see you as well. All right, Desiree from Somerset, New Jersey. Yes. We are excited for everyone to come in. As you know, Monday Night Live is a space where we talk about all things D-free. We never worry about the numbers in the crowd because this session is being recorded and the playback is incredible. And we thank you all for continuing to share it with everyone. We meet monthly and it's exciting to have you here. We have not met in a while, so we have a little bit of catching up to do. The last time we met was right before the holidays and we took off. And so I want to know how everybody did on their D-free journey throughout the holidays. So if you got a D-free testimony, how you were able to remain D-free throughout the holidays, I would love to hear about it. Hello, Miss Jones from Newark. Hello, I'm glad. Oh, you're going to be excited about today. So thank you so much for coming in. We're still waiting for folks to get on. I know the notice went out late today. So we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to log in. Yep. But while we wait for our guest as well. So yes, let us know where you're from. Hello. All right. And D-free testimonies. Was everybody able to stay on budget throughout the holiday season? No overspending, no credit cards. All right, wait, I see a yes. Let me see. Wait, you can come off mute, Lori. Miss Starks, if you want to come off mute, you can share it with us. How'd you do?
Hi, everybody.
Hello. How'd you do?
Hi. I'm fine. I'm fine. I said I'm here to listen and work on my D-free, get focused again on what I'm supposed to be doing. And I know what to do. I just have to refresh and reset.
Yeah. See, that's an exciting thing because one of the great things about the new year is we do get to hit the reset button. And so we're going to talk about some of that tonight. So thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
Great. Thank you. Anybody else? How'd you do throughout the holidays? All right. I know it's tight. Some people overspent, other people stay on the budget. So I want to know, how did you do throughout the holidays with your D-free journey? Anybody want to log on and let us know? Or actually, you can unmute and let us know. Or you can throw it in the chat. Hi, Kimberly from Newark. I'm so glad you're on here. All right, Nikki Gentry said no spending. How in the world did you do that, Nikki? Come off mute and tell us how you were able to not spend the entire holiday. How were you able to do that? All right.
Just good evening. Just didn't buy any gifts this year. Just enjoying being in the presence and enjoying the presence of people. And I told my family, that's what it's all about, just in enjoying each other's presence.
Yes, I love that. The presence, not the presents. Yes.
Exactly.
I love it. We're going to put that in the chat. Presence, not present. This is good. That was definitely a good way to focus. You've been really good with your D-free journey. I'm going to have you on just to share your testimony in general. I see more people are coming in and our guest has arrived. Woo! All right, so we are ready to get started because I know how busy she is. We are so excited to have it. So before I introduce our guest, I want to officially welcome everybody to Monday Night Live, where we talk about all things D-Free and all things money. We meet every fourth Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on Zoom. And if you registered today to come in, then you will continue to get our links and you'll continue to be invited. So thank you very much for participating. We always have a special guest, and tonight is no different. We have an amazing guest, but before we jump into it, I just want to go over a couple of housekeeping rules. First and foremost, we ask that you mute in order to minimize the distractions and reduce the amount of microphone feedback. But if you want to join our conversation, we will invite you to unmute yourself. This session is being recorded, and if you would like to share it with someone else or share the information with someone else, you can find that at our website, which is www.dfreefoundation.org. You can also go to our YouTube channels where you can see all the previous Monday Night Lives, as well as our Ask the Experts and many other D-Free exciting information. So you can go ahead and do that as well. Really quickly, if you have a question, our chat is open. So we want to encourage you to continue to address questions in the chat. We want to remind you, go in there, give your comments, say your amens, put it in the chat. And we want you to network with each other. So if you have contact information you want to drop in the chat, please feel free to do so. If you want to share your thoughts, we encourage you to use the raised hand feature and you will be added to our conversation. Thank you. Now tonight, we have with us a very, very special guest, which I'm very excited about. And she's going to be sharing with us about the Newark Women Moving Forward initiative through the city of Newark. And so we have some tidbits about it. But before we get there, I want to introduce everyone to Councilwoman at Large, Reverend Louise Scott-Rountree. Can we give our virtual claps for Reverend Rountree? Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you.
Good evening, woman of God, Reverend Shaunda Sutton. Do you believe I've been over to Manchester Place and back since I spoke to you?
Listen, I had a whole other thing planned because I thought for sure that you were not going to be able to be with us.
Oh, no, I made it. Well, one thing I don't do is if I cannot, I wouldn't wait until 10 minutes before to tell you I'm not. Only something like an emergency, a health issue, or in the work, some of the work I do, making it to a family to try to assist them because of a tragedy or something of that nature. But that didn't happen tonight, thank God. Helena, we are good. We are good. I see Helena. I see some of our commissioners from, listen, only got the link not long ago. And when I got the link, I sent it to just one line of folks that served with me on the Commission for the Status of Women, because it was easy to send it to one person, but to get that link out to several women. I see Reverend Thursell Chisholm Williams, executive pastor of the New Hope.
Yes, indeed. You have quite a few visitors on here. Everybody continue to drop your information in the chat. Let us know where you're from. We are excited to have you with us, Reverend Rountree. We're excited because you bring such a burst of energy and you're just a wealth of knowledge. And so thank you and welcome to Monday Night Live. Now, I know we have a specific topic we're going to discuss, but before we jump into it, can you tell the folks that are here, because we have folks from Texas, we have folks from Ghana, we have folks on the line from other places. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do for the city of Newark and then the city of Newark in general.
Oh boy, where do I start, Ida? Okay, so currently I'm an elected official for the city of Newark, serving as councilwoman at large, which covers the entire city. I was elected in May of 2022, but my journey here in City Hall began many years before I was elected and many years before I was employed. Some people think that I just showed up a few years ago, but you know, Reverend Shaunda, that from behind the scenes, not saying a whole lot, but doing. I have a friend named Jeff Bryan that says we need more do-ya-luya than hallelujah.
All right.
So I was doing the do-ya-luya during the period of maybe late 80s, early 90s, coming along with a woman named Catherine B. Taylor, who was a big, strong shaker and mover in the city of Newark, who really introduced me on many levels to public service. My mother was already one, but not on the political end. She came in and started working as a volunteer at the Leaguers, UCC, and then fast forward in the 2000s, came in under Mayor James, and every mayor that I've worked for, which is inclusive of 4, I've had different positions. Louis Quintana sort of kept me in the position I was with Mayor Booker, but then Mayor Raj Baraka saw, I guess God gave him something to do different.
Yes.
And that was to make a space for an individual in City Hall to address clergy concerns.
That's beautiful.
And in doing that, the police department has a clergy affairs division, but the city of Newark, the mayor's office, you know, they had little groups here and there that did the work, but never solely focused on uniting consistently faith-based organization. So that has really been my heart and my work for the last 10, sort of 12 years, because I did a little bit with Mayor Booker with the faith, but not assigned to do it as I was with the Barack administration. My parents, as you know, were both ministers,
yes,
pastors, so that's already in me. They worked with a diversified faith-based community, so that was already in me. Working with first ladies, my mother was a first lady.
yes.
So that's dear to my heart. So pastors and women are something that is all, and seniors and youth. I guess that's the world, right? All of humanity for me.
I was just going to say that you have kind of crossed over every gamut, particularly in
and we'll continue to do that because in all reality, Reverend Sutton, there's a famous quote that someone wrote, and I knew his name because I said it so many years, and I'm still saying it, and now I have to make sure I give this person credit, that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you can have alphabets behind your name from A to Z,
right,
and titles from A to Z. But if people don't know you care, those titles don't mean nothing but to the people that carry them.
yes.
And people do want to carry titles. I heard a pastor say, a pretty well-known pastor say, we got bishops, apostles, reverends, and doctors, and PhDs, and ABCs, and DEFs, and we got all of that. But if you don't have a heart for the people,
Right,
that God is pleased with while you're dealing with those people, at the end of the day, God's not looking for come here, doctor. You know,
right.
So here I am today, working on the initiative that you will be discussing back in. If you want me to talk about how we, February 3rd, got started with the movement of women again.
Yes.
There was a meeting that was held between myself, council president, and Lady Linda Baraka. And women were asking, when are you going to come back? Because there was a women's meeting that was created and modeled after the mayor, because the mayor does men's meeting. He has men's meetings every 4th Friday.
Yes.
Every 4th Friday nonstop. It went through COVID, even on Zoom. So women kept saying, well, when is this coming back? When is it coming back? Because women stopped. So I had a conversation and said, listen, we got to do this. And First Lady Baraka has to be the face because she's the first lady.
Right.
Some first ladies, every first lady is different.
Yeah, she also has a background in that same in administration and those things. So this is good.
Absolutely. So we started having meetings. As a matter of fact, our first meeting launched on February 3rd here in City Hall. We had over 211 women.
Excellent.
Show up in City Hall to just talk about we're coming back together. We dealt with mental health. We've dealt with home ownership, financial literacy. But where we are today, you cannot just hit it once and move on. Right. Repetition is the mother of learning.
Yes, absolutely.
And you can't tell a child one time, brush your teeth, and expect them to wake up the next morning and do the same thing. Right. You gotta tell them the next morning, did you brush your teeth? You know, oh, okay, mommy, you know. Right. The repetition is mother of learning. So some things we have to repeat. And I can go biblical and talk about Joshua
All right now.
being strong and of good courage was mentioned quite a few times before the message really resonated. So we're going to spend these 9 weeks, as you know, and I'll let you begin with some of the things that you might want to ask before I go on, because I can just go ahead and tell everything right now.
We get excited when you're on, and we also always give space for you because you are such a wealth of knowledge, not just a wealth of knowledge, but a burst of energy. And so we appreciate the gift that is inside of you. One of the things I wanted to talk about a little bit was even when you said you talked about the clergy affairs and things that you're part of. I love the fact that it's so diverse. And so you cross so many gamuts, and there's so many women from all over, and there are people from all over, and you've brought that unity to the city of Newark. And so we are very, very excited about that. It also, we love the fact that Lady Baraka has said, you know what, this is something that is needed. And 200 women showed up for the initial meeting. And that was a blessing. Can you talk a little bit about what the meeting does? When you all meet together throughout the week, what is happening there? What is the agenda like?
So actually we meet once a month. If you're talking about the women's meeting itself,
yes,
which Shoshana Page is an intricate part of. So our last meeting last month, which was January 11th, we focused on where we're going with the D3 program. Financial empowerment. There's a difference between financial literacy and financial empowerment.
Yes.
We can know a whole lot about money, but what we do with it is a whole nother story.
Absolutely.
And because the word literacy means we should know what to do, it doesn't mean we do.
Correct.
So somebody can tell us what to do with our money, but how do we do it? It is, to me, is the key. I'm really excited about this 18 years of knowledge and wealth that Dr. Soares has put together to assist. And he did not start out doing this to try to help the world build a financial empire.
Yes.
He really did not. You know, I remember when it started, and Lincoln Gardens were the first partakers.
Yes, indeed. Yep, that is it.
And it was, you know, it's like something good spreads. You know, some bad things spread. Now that they have Facebook, you know, you used to have to pick up the phone and take a little time for the message to get across the country. Now in seconds, it's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything you want. It's immediate. And this is the way it should be for our sisters when it's something good. And this is something we want women, listen, they give birth to nations. Absolutely. And you know, one of my favorite sayings is about a theologian that put pen to paper, and this man sang it. And he said, this is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman or girl. And that was, of course, the famous, God rest his soul, James Brown. This world would be nothing. God created us to be special, to nurture, to do things that are going to, and we've done so much with less. Now we've got more, and we go buy 20 pairs of red bottoms. Right. Instead of buying a house.
Yeah. So wait, I want to put a pin right there for a second before we get into the financial empowerment part, because we are going to definitely go there. We're going to go there about D3 as well. Yes, but before we even got there to your women's meeting, you were having these meetings and you're bringing in experts and you're bringing in specialists and you're talking about different things. How did you decide that you were going to zero in on financial empowerment? Where did that come from? Was it a response to what the women needed? Was it something that came up in the meeting? Or was it just the vision of you and First Lady and Shoshana? And
it was divine intervention.
All right now.
I'm going to be very honest. We were talking about financial empowerment, but on a different level, because every month we had a different topic to bring the women together. We even put out a survey.
Right. Okay.
And the survey was between financial, this was when we first started. That started back up with the women's meetings. So the survey was between financial, mental health. There were like a couple of things that people, first of all, when you start talking about home ownership, if you can't even pay your rent and you living from month to month, you got to learn how to save something in order to own something.
Yes, indeed.
So once Aisha Glover had a conversation with Linda Baraka, First Lady Baraka, about Buster Soares it then became something that we all circled in on to support her having that discussion.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
And so we decided this is it. And because I'm a data-driven person and I'm very, I don't want to use the word protective, because everybody does not want their information all over the world.
Yes, we are definitely confidential.
So there has not been a meeting in this lifetime that I've had that I don't gather data. That means you're going to leave me your name. You're going to leave me your phone number.
Right.
Because there's a purpose for our plan. And in order for you to be a part of the plan to fulfill the purpose, then that means I need to communicate with you. So you have to trust us enough that since we sat down and that plan was derived from First Lady Baraka. And so we decided, and Dr. Soares, we decided to focus on the next 9 weeks of making sure that women take this course free.
Yes. Free. Say that again, for the free.
Listen, let me change that. There's the only thing that's free is salvation.
All right now.
That's biblical. But there's no cost.
No cost.
No cost. Jesus paid it all. No, no. Let me stop. So
Oh, just to wait, I want to circle back real quick for the amount of time. So the course itself is going to be a 12-week program.
It's 12 weeks.
Yeah,
when I said it's 9, because, okay, let me say this. Maybe I should say 14 weeks, because we are going to have another meeting on February 8th.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if there are any women on here, Janice, that was at our last meeting. You were there, Reverend Sutton, at the Priory.
Yes.
Everybody in the room raised their hand. I said, take a picture.
Yes, indeed.
Because I am going to be calling you. And if you have not registered, you will be registering on the spot while we're on the phone, if you answer.
All right.
So now some of y'all don't know what number I'm calling from.
Say it loud for the people in the back. We have people from all over the country that are on here, so we want to make sure that they know. But this is being recorded so that we can share it with the Newark women as well. And so before we get to, so we're going to have registration, and we do have some opportunities for
I do want to give my number too.
Oh yeah, we're going to do.
When we get to that point, I want to give the number, all of that. So let me let you go ahead and
Let's get into this initiative.
Come on, Reverend, come on.
Yeah, we've been talking about it, and we're excited to hear all that you're offering. We wanted to know where it was birthed, but now we have this whole wonderful initiative, D-Free, coupled with Newark women moving forward. And the goal. What is the goal of this initiative? I need everybody to hear this, but there's a drum roll, please.
Listen to this.
That was my drum roll.
Goal is to help our women manage their money better.
Yes, yes, yes.
Manage your money. Listen, manage your money better so you can move forward with greater.
Yes.
Because the truth is, we all have an income. Some don't. Listen, you can manage, if you have rental assistance, because I know people with rental assistance who have gone on to home ownership. It's how bad do you want it and what do you really want?
Right.
Our goal is to start off with 1,000 women.
Start off with 1,000 women.
Start off.
All right.
That means by the time we launch these classes in February, we need 1,000 women.
Yes.
Sisters, let me tell you something. I always use this as an example. I talk about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I talk about Dr. Martin Luther King. Because these two brothers were able, Martin Luther King, Dr. King, over 250,000 people in Washington.
Yeah.
Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Million Man March.
Yes.
So now we got these brothers, and then we talk about the women giving birth to nations and building and building and building. And in some cases in 2024, all the carriers, all the carriers of the home, not taking anything away from the brothers that are doing what they do. But in some instances, some women have gotten themselves in situations where it's just them and the children. So I'm so sure that there's a sister out there that can take, sisters out there that can take 90 minutes. There's a spiritual component and there's a community component. He even has 2 different parts to this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna jump into all of that. I got
Okay,
you.
let me stop. Go ahead.
So the goal is 1,000 women, right? And what we need to make sure we need to specify who's eligible to be a part of this. So who is
Newark residents are eligible to register free. Your materials are free. Everything is at no cost to you for the 12 weeks you're taking. Facilitators, those who want to teach and those who want to offer a site. The site facilitators do not have to be Newark residents.
Yes.
Those who are partakers of the program that are going to register must be Newark residents. If you choose to be a facilitator, there's a registration link for you.
Yes.
There's also a portion that we will talk about, Dr. Sutton, how they can reach out to register to take the course.
Yes.
Or to register. As a matter of fact, they put it in the chat.
It's going to be dropped in the chat for registration for the course.
Yes.
Check the chat frequently for links, because every time we mention something, we have folks working in the background. I believe Josh is definitely.
Janice is here.
Yep.
D-Free Training is here.
Yeah, Josh is working in the background, so he's dropping it in the chat. So we want to make sure that you check the link for chat. Well, check the chat for links rather. So we do have if you want to be a facilitator, you can go ahead and you can register. And that facilitation, what's great about being a facilitator is that once you acquire the D-Free knowledge, you can share that knowledge with this initiative as well as your local community. So if you are local, please, we encourage you to be a part of this. And so the other thing is that we have this registration. Registration is open. We're looking for 1,000 women in the city of Newark, residents of Newark, to be a part of this wonderful financial freedom movement. And we want you to be a part of that. We do close the initiative with a beautiful graduation. We have so many things planned throughout the entire time. And so we want to make sure that you log on, you sign up, and that you are a part of it. What's great about this is it's partnership. Like you mentioned, there are 2 sides of this program. If you're a church and you want to have a faith-based program, we do have that available to you. There's a whole faith-based curriculum built with scriptures, as well as memory verses, as well as opening and closing prayer, and even biblical discussions. And so we have things, because there's over 3,000, I think it's 2,500 scriptures in the Bible about money. And so because it exists, it means it's important to God. But then on the other side, we also have the community-based program. And that one is more, it's more for the community in general. It will not have a spiritual angle to it. However, the information, the hearty, practical information is all still there. It is no less a D-Free program than the others. And so we work very hard on that curriculum. As you mentioned, Dr. Story started this in 2005, and it's been going ever since, growing in knowledge, updating the curriculum, the certificates, the statistics, as well as updating all of the information. And so we want to make sure that everyone knows they're going to have access to this.
They're going to get a certificate at the end.
I'm sorry?
They're going to get a certificate. They're going to graduate.
Yes, they're going to graduate. Yep.
And watch this. I don't like to talk about this part. But if you have 12 weeks and for maybe the 10th week, you're stuck at home or something happens, there is a virtual. There's an online academy.
Yes.
But I'm not going to tell you about it until after you register. No, let me stop.
No, we'll tell you a little bit about the virtual.
I want you to talk about the virtual, but I want to welcome the commissioners on here that are the commissioners for the status of women for the city of Newark, because they represent, and we know that the status of our women, they could use this. They can use this. So Peggy Canal is on. We have several women that are on, and we want to make sure that we get this message out, Peggy, not just to the commissioners, but to we all on the commission have a circle of influence. And we need to use our circle of influence beyond us. Sometimes we get things and we use it for our benefit. And then we got 50 women we know. We might not eat dinner with them and hang out in the street with them, but they're part of a connection that we can connect them to this, to say, you know what, let's make this look like 1,000 women can come together and get something done for themselves.
Yes.
Go ahead, Reverend.
Absolutely, and can move the needle forward. We want to be able to do that. And not just are we participating in this 12-week program, but you also have other resources that are going to be added to that. And so we want everybody to take full advantage of this. And so we want to make sure that if you know a woman who is a resident in the city of Newark, please, please, please share that link. It's been dropped in the chat already, and we want to encourage them to come. Again, materials are at no cost. We're going to say at no cost. We said not for the free, but at no cost to any Newark resident. Now, one of the things I also wanted to mention is that you must mention facilities and that people that had spaces available. We want to hear from them as well, correct?
If they're, listen, we surely want to hear from them because I know that I'm offering a couple of locations. I'm not going to be a facilitator, right. But I'm definitely going to offer 2 spaces. And I'll probably submit that to you. We're having a meeting. I'm at our next meeting. Okay. But there are people on here that might want to offer a location that you have. And there is a contact number. I believe you put it in the chat for that as well.
Right now we have both links in the chat. We did not put the contact number, but Josh is on it. He will take care of that, putting the contact number in there. The links take you directly to the landing page for the city of Newark, for the Women's Initiative, and you can go right in, and you can also let us know there as well. We want to make sure that if you have a space available and can host a class there, you don't have to teach it. We need the space because we want to make sure that every ward is covered. We want to make sure that different times of day are covered. We want to offer classes all throughout the entire time for people, for flexibility and flexible schedules. You know, we know some women work at night, some work during the day, some are moms, and so we want to be able to create spaces that people can all have access to what is being offered, even different days of the week. You know, some people are weekend people, I don't know, other people are through the week, and so we want to have as many spaces available as possible. So you want to email NWMF, that's Newark Women Moving Forward, NWMF at mydfree.org. That is a direct line to let us know if you have a space, if you'd like to volunteer your space for the time for which we need it, which is 12-week courses. And so we want to encourage people to do that. Again, it's for Newark residents. So if there's someone that's not on the line, that should be on the line, we want to make sure that you let them know. Let them know. We want to spread it to all of our networks because we believe, God, that we're going to have 1,000 women and more. And more, absolutely, and more. So wait, Reverend Rountree, I wanted to ask you additionally, can you share anything that may have come out of the meeting? When we met on January 11th, I saw a really big response from the women. There was some that wanted to be facilitators, there was some that wanted to be a part, and there were a lot of questions. Is there anything you can share from the meeting that this group would benefit from?
So you know what, Reverend Sutton? Mm-hmm. There were so many different views and maybe about 5 or 6 individuals that they want to do better financially. They really do. And not all of us want to admit. I mean, I heard Dr. Soares talk about his mother putting things on layaway and how embarrassed he was. That she would go to Bamberger's and pay on a dress for 4 months and then take it home. And then he told the story of people telling him that he was a preacher. He should have been driving a Cadillac instead of whatever he said, a Chevy, whatever the car was. He said when the person told him he should have been driving a Cadillac, after he got the Cadillac and was paying half his salary to pay the car note, he realized he should have told the person, but the Chevy paid for it.
Right.
So we have to reimagine our thinking. That's not what I got out of. That's what I got out of the presentation initially when we met with all of our partners. But when we met with the women, what I got was women really want to do better managing their money. Excellent. They really, really do. There's a way we can have whatever it is we want, but we should take care of there is no reason why there's no heritage, there's no legacy, there's no home ownership, there's no savings in the bank. There is no reason why there are women that, maybe nobody on here is living like that, but we have women that are living from paycheck to paycheck, Social Security check to Social Security check, disability check to disability check, and then they're not spending wisely. Right.
On top of all of that.
On top of all of that.
You know what's so interesting? You said there may be women that are not living like that. Even if you're not living paycheck to paycheck, we can always reimagine our money.
Yes.
The pandemic, and not only that, but the inflation, all these things are affecting all of us. Even, politics, all these things are affecting us. And so we all can do better and we can learn more. I believe in being very teachable. There's always something that we can learn. Right now we have 62 facilitators that have already registered. We are looking for—
Last number I thought I saw 71, unless some dropped off.
We're looking for 75 at least. And so if that's
yes.
If you want to be a facilitator, even if you're not in the area, please, please, please drop your information in the chat. You can send a private message or you can send it to NWMF at MyDFree. And so we want to encourage you to do that because we're going to be training facilitators. We're going to be doing that this Wednesday. Yes, January 31st at the Newark Y at 7 p.m. We're inviting all folks that are interested in being facilitators. We have a very robust training to teach you how to do this. You don't have to do it by yourself. We've got hints and helps. We've got resources to be able to teach you. And you don't have to have a financial background in order to do that. You don't have to be a financial professional. You just have to have a heart for people and a willingness to learn the information and share it with others. And so facilitating is very different from teaching. Teaching is when you got to get up there and have all this knowledge and be able to answer all these questions. No, we just want you to host this conversation and help the conversation along and keep folks on track. And so particularly that's you. If that's you tonight, we want to make sure that you register and that you're a part of the facilitators training on January 31st at the end of the month, the last day of the month. January felt like a long month, but at the end of the month,
we're here already. Listen, LaMonica, Council President, Shoshana Page, yes, and myself, and First Lady Linda Baraka.
Yes,
we are excited about this initiative.
A dream
and
team.
We are honored to have a First Lady that understands the importance. Listen, there are people that don't even have to have this conversation.
Right.
I mean, no one has to be concerned about what other folks are doing with their money.
No, not at all.
But as women and as our sisters, even me, because I'm going to be sitting in the class. I'm just tell you, I could be a teacher if I want to, but it would be better if I'm sitting there learning, because there are people that are going to be facilitators that will be learning as they go along. But yes, I want to make sure I'm focused on the whole program so that I can do better, and not just do better for me. I have a 9-year-old granddaughter.
Right. You want to leave that legacy.
Legacy, but also help her.
Yep.
Children today, you give them $20, you have some that'll put 19 away and spend $1, and you got some that will spend the 20 and come back and ask for another one before the day is over.
Right.
Got to reimagine our thinking. And we're excited about moving Newark women forward. Absolutely. Moving forward with women, moving forward with financial empowerment, moving forward with this D-Free program, moving forward with all of you that are on here that can help us get this off the ground. It's already off the ground.
It's out there.
We just don't want the train to leave without all of you.
There you go. That is the key. We want to make sure you don't miss the train. And so we want to encourage everyone to come out. Again, if you're interested in becoming a facilitator, you are going to be certified. We get certificates and everything. We want to make sure that you are a certified trainer so that you can go out and share it with others. And then we want to make sure if you have a space available, we want to hear from you. And if nothing else, we want you to register. We are trying to get to that 1,000 number, and we believe that it's going to happen. So please make sure that you register. We are excited. Thank you for the visionary First Lady Linda Baraka. We're excited about her and the whole dream team. That's what I call y'all, the dream team.
Wait a minute.
Come in the room.
While the North Interfaith Alliance is doing their part, we're meeting on Thursday morning to get our locations out of that body. We should be getting about 3 or 4 out of that body. A few facilitators, and for sure participants. As you know, that's a large body of men, but they got wives and sisters and daughters. So
our churches are full of women.
What? So listen, I always say this, and brothers look at me strange, but I tell them, we have this saying about opening the doors of the church. I said, but if all the women get up and walk out, you might as well close the doors of the church. But I also would not, it would be something that we definitely cannot leave without, if you notice my voice is raspy, I've been talking for 4 days all day.
We appreciate your time today.
Women, we have partners. And the reason why we can offer this at no cost, and we don't want anything to go to waste, because people believed in the initiative for us to move this city forward, or move our women forward, financially empowered, to reimagine their thinking. So we have Prudential, Invest Newark. We have a whole lot. If I start naming them, it's going to be an issue. Shaunda, you might, Reverend Sutton, you might be able to help.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna bring them up. I'm gonna bring them up so that we can grab some of them now. But yes, we want to make sure that we mention the sponsors as well. So we have sponsors with Audible as well.
Audible, Aisha Glover, where this all started.
Yes, we want to make sure we shout them out. Quite a few banks, Industrial Bank, I know that as well. Let me see. I'm trying to find if there's anybody else. I'm going to share my screen to share some more information so that everyone can have the QR code. But yeah, you're right. Once we start to get into all the sponsors,
but we just want to thank them all, because they're free, and you'll find out who they are once you register and come to our meeting on February 11th, because we will be doing February 8th. We will be doing one last presentation on February 8th, because we didn't do the PowerPoint on January 11th. But we're going to see where our numbers are before February 8th.
So February 8th will be at the women's meeting?
February 8th is another women's meeting.
Okay. Just want to make sure we have it clear. So we got a couple dates in mind.
And I think that they spoke to the G-Free team, because that's the only reason why we set it up for February 8th, for them to do a brief PowerPoint. So everything will be there, the projector, everything will be there for that. And that will be it. After that, we will be off, hitting the ground running with what we have. But we are depending on you, and those of you who tune in later and just so happen to hit this link, or just so happen to see this presentation. We are coming to you wherever you are in Newark by way of Facebook and social media, saying, come on and help these sisters, make them, listen, you can be a millionaire and broke. I'm just saying, you can be a millionaire because your money is all over the place and you don't have none of it in your pocket. None of it in your bank. You can go from debt to dividends. Let's do that thing, right?
We're talking about the D's, the D-free. That's right.
D-free don't mean debt-free. It means delinquent to dividends, debt to dividends. Come on.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna let you teach it. But yes, D-free, the D and D-free does not mean that. It talks about, that's right. It talks about delinquencies, and that's being late on your payments, deficits, that's more month than money, not being able to pay your bills. And of course, debt is money that you owe people. But it also moves from those bad D's to the good D's. And the good D's are dividends. That's some interest on some accounts. That's right. Another good D is also deposits. We want to see your bank account increase.
That's right.
The number one that I love is deeds. We want to see some home ownership. So we want to make sure we see that. And Newark is doing an incredible job with home ownership. That's right. Put it in the chat. We did dividends.
Dividends,
deeds. That's right. Dividends, deeds, and deposits. Those are the good deposits. And so we want to see our women move to that.
Somebody's going to get a sermon out of this. I am. You write this down.
Yes. You're going to get that in class. You're going to get more nuggets in the class. But
come on here.
And one of the things we didn't talk about is another thing that we're going to offer, which is BDC, the $1 Billion Challenge. And I keep sharing my screen because I'm so excited about the numbers, but I'm going to go ahead and share it real quick so that everybody knows this is a tool that we offer that'll also be a part of the initiative. So as you become a part of D-Free Global Foundation and being a part of those classes, you can sign up for the $1 Billion Challenge. And so far, $1,863,877 has been saved in the $1 Billion Challenge. And that is our confidential online tool that allows you to be able to track your savings. And we've seen people move from debt and the money that they were spending on debt, and to now put that and pay that in savings. So they move it to savings. So to date, we've paid off $41,032,977. That is good. And that is our communal effort to pay down debt. So that's all these different groups pulling in, and Newark women will be part of this, paying down debt. And we will watch that ticker go up. That is communal. We want to see this. We want to see $1 billion worth of debt and $1 billion worth of savings accumulated in the Black and brown community. And so we believe that that is going to take place. And so that is our initiative, and that's how we do that. And that is coupled with the curriculum. So when you look at these numbers and you're watching your debt pay down, you can track it. You remember back in the day in Sunday school, they would have that thermometer up for the building fund, and you'd see that thermometer go up on the outside of the building. Well, that thermometer, you never knew who was giving how much. You would just see the number move. That is exactly how the $1 billion challenge works. You see that ticker move, and you know, I gave $5, somebody else gave 10, somebody paid off their car, somebody paid off their house. We watch that money move in the Black and brown community. And so that's going to be another part of what we're doing. So we are just on fire about what is about to take place in the city of Newark. And we believe it's going to be a blueprint for cities all across the country.
Right.
First Lady has just, her vision is just going to go just move from east to west coast, and we'll watch it happen. But Newark is the start and the mother of all of it. And so we're just super excited about what's going to take place with the women in Newark. Listen.
Well, you know, the quote that Gibson said, wherever the country's going, wherever America's going, Newark's going to get there first.
Listen, we already know. We already know. Shout out to Newark, New Jersey. First, listen, Councilwoman at Large, Reverend Louise Scott-Rountree, it is not lost on me how busy you are. And I know I only had 15 minutes, so I thank you for extending your time past the 15
more than 15 minutes. You know why? Because I told Demetrius, make this my last for the night.
We love Demetrius. Shout out to Demetrius as well.
He said something else in there at 6 o'clock. And I was like, okay. And it was 25 minutes away from me. And I did not want to be on this very important presentation in my car. I did a radio show from my car Friday. I didn't want to.
Well, we are grateful.
I did not want to do this. My aunt is on here. I did not want to do this from my car. I was sitting in Baptist church and Reverend Ayana and involved in this as well. Norma Jones, God bless you.
We have some people asking questions. I have a question here.
Got questions, you better go in the chat.
They want to know where the February 8th meeting is going to be for the women.
It's going to be at the Priority Restaurant as of now. I'm going to send it to you, Reverend Shaunda.
Okay.
And you can put it out. It'll be on social media. I have the flyer already ready. I just wanted to make sure the D-Free team could be there. And that was confirmed, I think yesterday, maybe Friday. So the time will be 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. That's the time. That's what we want to know. Yep. Thank you.
And there'll be, and wait a minute. Last month we had, because I kind of spoiled for folks. So I got someone to donate. They had chicken wings and pasta and salad and rolls. And what else did they have? They had a whole bunch of stuff.
It had dessert too. Y'all had dessert. It was delicious.
Cookies and nice soft cookies, not like the hard ones.
It was a wonderful spread.
So we'll have something light for you on February 8th, but come with commitment in mind and service to your sisters on your heart.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That is a wonderful, wonderful way. Do you provide the written material? Yes. If you are part of the initiative, you will get the Say Yes to No Debt book written by Dr. Soares.
Yes.
At no cost. You will also get an accompanying workbook that is specific for the initiative. It is a community-based workbook. You will get that as well. Yes, and if you want to teach a class that is specified for faith-based, we have materials for that. If you want a community-based, we have materials for that. So yes, all that is part of this. This Newark has set y'all up for success. Newark, the Newark women and First Lady Baraka and the entire dream team, that's what I call them. The dream team has set you up for success. So all of those things will be at no cost. All right. Need to more information. Okay. Absolutely.
So Cheryl, I'm going to you just tell me. So what we really need from you is, I think the classes are 90 minutes. So what we need to do is know what days are available for Clinton Memorial. So talk to Pastor, I'll talk to him, or I'll let you do that. And when I talk to him, we'll just find out what time is good and see can we make it work.
Oh, wait, Reverend Roundtree, I have to interrupt because I forgot one of the most important things, and I have to say this. Un momento. The materials will also be available in Espanol.
In Espanol, that's right.
We'll also have them we will have the materials available in Spanish, in the Spanish language. So if you are not you have a non-English speaking congregation, and they do, and Spanish is their first language, they don't have to be left out. We want to make sure everybody is a part of this initiative. So I definitely wanted to share that as well. So yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. But we are getting so excited. Okay, we would love to learn about faith-based. Absolutely. See, Reverend Roundtree, you were the right guest. I'm so happy to have you on here.
Well, you know what? We would have had more people if we would have got the information we needed a little earlier, because I would have had Dimitri send it out. First, I thought I was, remember I told you I thought I was just coming on to be a guest. When I found out I was the guest, a couple of days ago, I was like, oh, okay. So then I didn't know how the information was being shared. So this morning, I was looking through my emails and I saw this picture of me on this little thing. So I was like, okay, so how will anybody else come? So at 6 o'clock, I sent out whatever I had to like 3 emails. And
we are grateful for that, and we will definitely talk to our communications team, make sure that we get the rest of the information out to you. And we want to thank God for everyone who did come, because this is being recorded so you can share it with someone else. So please, please, please share about the initiative. We want to make sure that everyone comes and is part of this wonderful movement, especially if you are a woman that is a resident in the city of Newark. We are super, super, super encouraged by all that you shared tonight. We're grateful that you were able to fit us in your schedule. Thank you, Demetrius, for penciling us in at the end of the night. We are grateful. Everyone loves Demetrius. Reverend Roundtree.
I love you, Reverend.
Love you, love you, love you. And thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who came on tonight. Again, if you have any...
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, we're coming back before February 19th.
We're going to come back.
Yeah, you might have to bring all the women on, me, Shoshana, and LaMonica and Linda.
I would love that. And then, of course, we're going to come back after we not only see 1,000 women plus move, we're going to tell everybody about the results, because you are result oriented. So we're getting excited about that as well. Everyone, listen, any parting word, any last things you want to add, Reverend Roundtree?
No, I think that we've said quite a bit. If one can chase 1,000. I look at, we had up to 26 on this brief notification, and I believe that all of us, with the even those who are part of the team, are going to do our part in making sure that this is a success. If one, I always tell good neighbor, if someone's a chair and you're not happy with the chair, if they fail, no, they didn't fail. We all failed. Right. So that there is no failure in God. There's no failure in our vocabulary or in our life. So we know that this is going to be a success, because we're going to do everything in our power. We look at the different King family, Rockefeller family, all of these individuals who have money that's still circulating and building universities and building hospitals and building monuments. There is no reason why we can't be of the mindset that we can build our own hospitals, build our own monuments, leave our own money that 100 years from now, somebody can say, oh, that's old money. That Sutton money is old money. That's
come on, speak it.
That money been around a long time, because she knows how to save. They knew what to do. They knew how to invest. They knew how to purchase. They knew how to take care of it once they purchased it. And they knew how to save.
Yes, indeed.
God bless each and every one of you.
I just listen. I also want to make sure, because I do have the list now in front of me, that we thank God for the city of Newark, for D3 Foundation, for Prudential Blueprints for Black Wealth, as well as Audible, Industrial Bank, and the MCJ, Amalor Foundation, as well as RWJ Barnabas. So we want to thank God for all of them that have sowed tremendous seed into what is about to take place in the city of Newark. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. Reverend Roundtree, I can't thank you enough for all that you do.
Thank you, my sister.
Doing, all that
all my sisters on here. There's no we, there's no me without you. There's no we without us, and there's no us without God. And he's going to see us through. Amen. 2024, financial empowerment, women moving forward in Newark, and we're going to do this together. I'm from Newark, and I'm proud of it. Bless
All
you.
right now. God bless you, everyone. Take care. We'll
Good
see
night,
you
everyone.
next night live. Good night.
Okay, it's just us now.
Not yet.
Okay, we're not live no more.
Good
Okay.
night.
Are we still live?
Yes, we are. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye, Josh.
Good night, Josh. Good night, everyone. Good night, John Boy, right?
Yep.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.